Hello and welcome back to the Aunty Lisa show. What should we do a story about today? Okay, let's see. JB. Spencer, we've not had him in ages. Spencer the ghost dog, that's cheered me right up. Kristoffer, Aleksander, Aunty Lisa. Boom. Redberg. Sky. And a Triceratops. Excellent. Pink bag of random things. Give me something good. A spaceship. Oh, blimey, that's an interesting mix. And places. Ooh, there's hardly any left in it. Let's see, what's this? The swimming pool. Right. Good-o. Excellent. Right. So, one day, Aunty Lisa, Aleksander, and Kristoffer, and JB decided to go swimming. In fact, they decided to go swimming with not just JB, but also her good friend Parker and Jack. And the reason they all decided to go together was because Parker, as we know, cannot swim. And she needed to learn. She was really keen to learn, but she was also a little bit scared. And so they decided to take her along on a nice quiet day at the swimming pool and take her to the shallow end and help her learn to swim. So, everybody packed a bag and they put in it such things as goggles and swimming costumes and a towel and shampoo and conditioner for your hair afterwards. And off they trotted to the swimming pool. Oh, also important to pack a spare pair of pants if you've worn your swimming costume there. Just a good idea anyway. So, they went to the swimming pool and they got to the swimming pool and they were like, wow, this is the coolest swimming pool, because it didn't just have a lovely quiet shallow end. It also had a really cool slide that was in the shape of, not a Triceratops, that wouldn't work very well, a Brontosaurus. And you could climb up to the top of the Brontosaurus's head and then slide all the way down the rest of the Brontosaurus all the way up to his tail and go whee, splash at the end. It was super cool. So to start off with, everyone had a quick go of that because that was fun. And then they got to practicing, Parker's swimming. And she did not like getting her face wet. So that was job number one, was to practice blowing bubbles. And she was just getting the hang of that when Sky turned up. And Sky, as we know, is a dog. However, also one that can talk. So she's probably allowed in public swimming pools. Whereas normal dogs, it's a no-no. No normal dogs in public swimming pools on account of hygiene. Anyway. So Sky turned up at the swimming pool and she was like, hi everybody, what's going on? And they all explained that they were there at the swimming pool, have a lovely time, but also to help Parker practice her swimming. And Sky, being a dog, said, hey, have you tried doggy paddle? It's the best one. Everybody thinks so. And everybody else said, well, it is a good one, especially for starting off. I don't know if it's my favourite. And Sky said, it's my favourite and I'll show you how. So she showed Parker how she does amazing doggy paddle like this. You have to breathe like that. And she helped her practice kicking her legs whilst holding onto the side, making giant splashes that splashed everyone else in the face. And she practiced just doing the hands while someone held her feet. And gradually, she got a little bit better. She couldn't yet swim, not perfectly, but she could do a little bit. and she felt super chuffed and extremely tired. So I said, hey, you've done really well today, Parker. You're just about maybe nearly getting across a whole width without very much help at all. And that's a really big achievement. We should all go and have a treat in the swimming pool cafe. Now, Aunty Lisa loves a cafe, any kind of cafe actually, but the swimming pool cafe always has the biggest ever chocolate chip cookies. And that is as good a reason as any to go to the cafe. So, they all got out of the pool and were just about getting themselves nice and dry and ready for a nice big chocolate chip cookie when suddenly they heard a strange noise. Dun dun dun. Well, it was a very, 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 very peculiar and quite unsettling noise. And it went like this. And they went, whoa, what the devil was that? So they ran back, which you shouldn't do by the swimming pool, by the way, because it's too wet. But anyway, they ran back to the swimming pool and they looked and they saw the most peculiar sight any of them could ever possibly have seen at the swimming pool. And it was a ghost Triceratops. And they all went, what? What on earth is a ghost Triceratops doing at the swimming pool? Oh, man. And the ghost Triceratops was jumping in and out of the water and splashing at the slide that was in the shape of a brontosaurus, as you remember I mentioned earlier. And then getting a bit scared at what I didn't mention earlier was there was also a slide of a T-Rex, but that was in the kiddie pool. No one had noticed that yet because it's not as big as the brontosaurus slide that everyone had got sidetracked by. So the ghost Triceratops was charging up to the T-Rex and then going, ah, because the T-Rex just didn't move because it was a slide. The ghost Triceratops didn't realise. And then it would splash back into the water and cause a huge hurrah. And that was a bit of a disaster. And then it would try and make friends with the ghost brontosaurus. Like, and the ghost brontosaurus, sorry, not the ghost brontosaurus, the slide that was in the shape of a brontosaurus would just be like, because it's a slide and it's not alive. And the ghost Triceratops was getting in a right old state. So he had started trashing the place. There was, well, water everywhere, but you know how swimming pools are made of loads of tiles? Well, the ghost Triceratops had started smashing those up too. And all water was going psh, 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 all over the place. And all the people that were in the pool were like, ah! And had run out of the pool. And some of them had fallen over because it's dangerous to run by the side of a pool. And everyone went, what on earth is going on? A ghost Triceratops at the swimming pool? This is one for the books. Well, the people who owned the swimming pool were desperate for help. And they said, JB, we know you hunt ghosts. Do you think you could get rid of this ghost Triceratops for us? He's trashing the place. And JB said, see what I can do. But I feel kind of mean just zapping him. I mean, he's just an animal and he doesn't understand why the other dinosaurs aren't wanting to be friendly with him. I wonder if there's anything we can do about this that doesn't involve him getting turned over to the hidden side. Let me see. Now, as luck would have it, an even more peculiar thing happened not long after. The whole place was still getting trashed. Aunty Lisa was getting quite stressed because she really had her heart set on that giant chocolate chip cookie that I mentioned earlier. And she was like, just get rid of the Triceratops. I just want a chocolate chip cookie. And everyone went, calm down, Aunty Lisa. It's just a chocolate chip cookie. And Aunty Lisa went, not just a... Fine. Okay, I'm calm. Now, Aleksander and Kristoffer were the sensible ones in this. And they said, Aunty Lisa, have a sit down for a couple of minutes. That's what she did. And then there was a huge smash, crash, bang. And everyone went, what was that? And they ran outside. And outside was a disaster area. Outside what was the car park, there was now just a massive crater. And everyone went, what? We were dealing with a ghost Triceratops and now this happens? And in the bottom of the crater, you guessed it, there was a spaceship that had crash landed outside the swimming pool. Well, Aleksander and Kristoffer had a little look at the spaceship from the edge of the crater. And then they got out their binoculars that they had handily packed in it. Oh. Uh-huh. And Aunty Lisa said, what can you see? And they went, well, I think it's a spaceship. And Aunty Lisa said, yes, I can see it's a spaceship. Aleksander and Kristoffer said, you didn't let us finish. I think it's a spaceship from, the planet Venus. What? The planet Venus? Well, Aunty Lisa was beside herself because the planet Venus is the most peculiar place to get a spaceship from. And did you know the planet Venus is entirely populated with aliens that look like dinosaurs? In fact, some people would have you believe that the dinosaurs that were on our planet came from the planet Venus originally. However, they are wrong, and it's actually a case of convergent evolution. So, ask your mother, she'll explain. So, out popped something that looked almost identical to what we know as a Triceratops. Except it had little opposable thumbs for controlling the controls of the spaceship. And it climbed out like this. Oh, I crash landed again! And everyone went, what, again? Where else have you crash landed? And the alien Triceratops creature went, oh, I crash landed in, where was it now? Mars. And you know what those Martians are like? And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, I do know what those Martians are like, actually. They're a bit of a pain in the bum. Anyway, so the Triceratops creature that climbed out of the spaceship went, I don't suppose any of you happen to know if I could find a way of fixing my spaceship. I've got to get back to Venus. I'm supposed to be at a wedding at the weekend. And everyone went, a wedding on Venus? Okay, right. And JB said, I love fixing stuff. And you know what? Aunty Lisa also quite likes fixing stuff. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, well, we're great at building stuff, so we can help too. So they dragged the spaceship back to JB's lab. And and then they set about fixing it with Parker and Jack's help and El Fuego, and they all worked together to fix it. And they nearly fixed it when they suddenly remembered, we forgot to deal with the ghost at the swimming pool. Uh-oh. Spencer, the ghost dog, was like, wow, 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 wow. And they all went, what, Spencer? What? And they went, what do you mean, Spencer? We don't get it. Anyway, Spencer the ghost dog, it turns out, had had a rather super idea. And he went, and Jack said, I think he's had a brilliant idea. And everyone went, what? What's the brilliant idea? And he said, I wonder if our new friend from Venus, what did you say your name was? Trixie? I thought you were a guy. And Trixie said, I'm not a guy. I'm a lady Triceratops from Venus. And Jack said, I'm really sorry about that. It's because you have such a deep voice. It sounded like a male voice to me. Anyway, Spencer's had a brilliant idea. We've got a bit of a problem at the swimming pool because the ghost Triceratops at the swimming pool is trashing the place because he's trying to make friends with a brontosaurus that's not real because it's a slide and a T-Rex that's also not real because it's a slide. And so Trixie, the Triceratops type alien from Venus, said, and what do you think I can do about it? And Spencer the ghost dog go, and everyone went, but Jack understood. And Jack said, he suggests that you go to the swimming pool and try and make friends with the ghost Triceratops, and then you could show him the way to Jurassic World, where he can hang out with the real Triceratopses and have the best afterlife ever. And so Trixie said, well, I suppose that could be okay. Yep, I could do that. But can you fix my spaceship first, please? My thumbs are okay, but they're not great at fixing things. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, yes, let's do this. And they finished off fixing it using some serious Lego building skills. The spaceship was ready to go. So they all went back down to the swimming pool. And sure enough, Trixie, the alien Triceratops from Venus, did as she said she would. She walked up to the ghost Triceratops that was still trying to trash the place and went, because she also knew Triceratops language as well as English. And the ghost Triceratops went, and then Trixie walked the ghost Triceratops all the way, which is quite a long way, to Jurassic World, where Owen was quite surprised to meet a ghost Triceratops, but he accepted her into the fold because she would cost absolutely nothing to feed. And he thought it would be fun. And then she made friends with all the real Triceratops. And she was super happy ghost that ever was. And then Trixie came back. And she said, oh, you guys, thank you so much for fixing my spaceship. How can I ever repay you? And Aunty Lisa said, there is one way. Can we all please have a giant chocolate chip cookie from the swimming pool now? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, yes, Aunty Lisa. Oh, God, get her a cup of tea, somebody, please. And so they all went back to the completely trashed swimming pool and found where the cafe had stored the giant chocolate chip cookies. And the owner said that they were allowed to have one each and a free cup of tea or coffee. And so that is what they did. They nommed them all up. And Aunty Lisa was much less hangry after that. And she said, wow, this has turned out to be a pretty good day after all. And then Trixie, the Triceratops alien from Venus, got back into her spaceship and said, cheerio! If I ever crash land again, I will be sure to say hello. And everyone said, okay, great, bye! And she went up into space and back home to Venus, where, as we know, that's where the aliens all look like dinosaurs. And everyone said, what a brilliant day. And you know what the best part was? Best part was that Parker had got even better at swimming now. And she was really chuffed. And that is the end of the story. I love you. Mwah! Night night.